Welcome to Plugged In, a special program produced by Con Edison. Our show is all about things related to energy and how they impact the more than 9 million people of New York City and Westchester County. I'm Sidney Alvarez, and I'm going to be on this energy journey with you. We're going to start with drone technology and how these flying machines are playing a role in how you get your energy. Plus snowstorms, wind, hurricanes, they can all impact how your energy system operates. Find out what we're doing to protect you. Also, we're going to talk about smart energy and ways of reducing your bill and winterizing your business or home this season. So let's get started. Technology in the energy industry is constantly evolving. Unmanned aerial vehicles, better known as drones, are being used more and more to help companies like Con Edison. Check out this story about how the energy company uses drones to keep your lights on.
Today we're inspecting East River's 60 boiler using a UAV. We're using the UAV to go into a confined space and do our boiler inspections. So we're not going to need to enter the space. We don't need to use for scaffolding to look at our critical components. It'll save us time and save us money. Behind us is East River 60 boiler. East River 60 produces about 1.2 million pounds an hour of steam and generates close to about 150 megawatts of electricity. As part of the inspection, we look at the burners to make sure the burners are functioning properly. If we find a problem, we're able to react a lot quicker.
Without a drone, we would normally have to send a person in there. Before doing that, we'd have to erect several stories of scaffolding just so they could get up. That takes a lot of time and money, as well as adding the danger of working at heights.
The boiler behind me is about 120 feet tall, or about equivalent to about 10 stories. The benefit of having the UAV is that we'll no longer need to enter confined spaces, so we'll be able to work at heights without having to spend a lot of money, saving our customers and being able to return a boiler to service a lot quicker, producing steam and electricity for the company.
The drone story is a great example of how all of us here at Con Edison place safety, operational excellence, and customer service at the top of everything we do. Did you know there are more than 246,000 manhole covers in New York City? The design of these covers is changing so that your energy is more reliable and you are safe.
The Con Edison vented manhole cover program changes a solid cover into a vented cover. We've done over 120,000 manhole covers since the program started. We're doing this because the vented cover itself actually allows combustible gases to escape into the atmosphere. Salting streets makes it safer for vehicles and pedestrians, but it can cause issues to an underground electrical system. Salt and melted snow filter in through the manholes, and it coats all of the underground electrical equipment and wiring. The plan is to replace approximately 55,000 solid covers with vented covers over the next 4 years. Saltwater mixture will get into the structure regardless if the cover is solid or vented. What the vented cover does for us, it reduces the risk of a manhole explosion. It also lessens the impact of the event to the surrounding area and serves as an early warning system for us. So if you're outside in the street, if you see something, hear something happening with one of the manholes or service boxes, please call Con Edison or dial 911 to report the emergency.
Con Edison is in its 11th year of the vented manhole replacement program. And here's an interesting fact for you. Manhole covers vary in weight from 70 to 300 pounds. Natural gas is used by millions of New Yorkers every single day. We use it for cooking, to heat our water, and in the winter to heat our homes and businesses. Now, like any energy resource, safety is the first priority. Meet New York City resident Stephanie Batten-Bland. She's preparing one of her favorite foods.
I was looking around today, the swordfish was looking really great. Got a couple of pounds of that, and I'm really big with soy and citrus, so kind of did my little marinade with little shallots and a little bit of honey just to, give her a little love.
Stephanie is one of the millions of customers in the Con Edison service territory who use natural gas every day. She tries to keep gas safety in mind.
I'm a high riser, so the first thing you're thinking about here is not just yourself, but your floor, your neighbors on your floor, because we all share the same air that's going to be coming through our building.
Natural gas is one of the safest forms of energy. However, safety should be a priority for all.
I'm gonna go ring the doorbell.
Meet Con Edison employee Michael Koch. His job is to educate others about gas safety using a small model plexi house simulator.
We have our gas simulator here, and the point of it is to try and educate our employees as well as the public and various city agencies who come through about some of the properties of natural gas, and specifically as it relates to gas safety. We use natural gas for our cooking in our stoves in our kitchens, and we also use natural gas for making our heat and our hot water in our boilers and furnaces and water heaters in our homes.
The simulator shows how a gas leak can ignite with a small electrical discharge, like ringing a doorbell. Did you miss that? Watch again in slow motion. The blue flame shoots out. This only happens when 5 to 15% of gas is in the atmosphere. Anything lower or higher won't cause an ignition.
When we have that gas and air mixture that's in the explosive range, nearly any type of ignition source can ignite it. A doorbell, which is low voltage, static electricity is another thing we're concerned about. The spark from a cell phone, from a landline phone.
So how do you protect yourself? Michael says use your senses.
Actually, natural gas in its natural state has no odor. We actually add an odorant to the gas called mercaptan, which gives it that sulfury rotten egg smell, and that's for safety, so that you can actually sense it if there is a leak. And then beyond that, you can also use your hearing, use your ears. If you, for example, behind your stove, if you hear like a hissing or like a small escape of air or gas, right, it could indicate a leak.
Con Edison has an aggressive pipe replacement program and scans its service territory every month.
If a customer thinks they smell gas in their home, the best thing to do would be to exit the home as quickly as possible. Be concerned for your neighbors and your family. Take other people with you who may not be as mobile, and then call either from a cell phone or a neighbor's house. Call 1-800-75-CON-ED, our customer service number, or you could always also call 911.
But the energy provider still asks the public for help. If you smell gas, act fast. It's a message Stephanie says all New Yorkers should be a part of.
The city is too precious. Look what we're talking about. This is our home. It's our cradle. This is our amazing city. Certainly we want to leave it to everybody else, and we want everyone to be able to participate here the best way possible. So, just pick up your phone and call.
Con Edison provides gas service to customers in Manhattan, the Bronx, Westchester, and Northern Queens. National Grid provides gas service to all of Brooklyn, Staten Island, and parts of Queens. Keep in mind that reporting a gas leak can also be done anonymously. Sometimes an address or only an intersection is needed.
Any existing business, any existing commercial or industrial business, 30% of the energy is usually used for a building for its lighting. LED lighting today, whether it's in a component for an existing fixture, a kit, or basically a new fixture on a one-for-one basis, can easily save anywhere from 30 to 70% of that energy.
Every city has a little Italy where residents can find the best in Italian cuisine. We found one such location in the middle of Staten Island. They signed up for a Con Edison program to upgrade their lighting and other appliances. Now, they're serving up cold cuts with some hot savings.
We have any type of Italian food you want. Full line of pastas, cold cuts, all sorts of Italian delicacies, chicken parm, eggplant parm, sausage and peppers. We make fresh sausage daily. We make fresh mozzarella daily. We bake our own Italian bread. We're a full-service pork store, deli and catering business that specializes in Italian food. We had a guy from Con Edison come by. He took a look at the whole place, went front to back. He realized that some of the fixtures that we had were old and pretty much obsolete now. The lighting that we had before would dry out all the food and made the whole area hot, okay? And would also force the air conditioner to work more, costing us more on our electric bill. Con Edison ended up putting in new LED lighting, and they also put in a night cover, the shades that pull down over the food for the nighttime. This keeps the cold air in the nighttime hours. The new lights really did the trick. We were able to save a good chunk of money. It's really important for us small businesses to save money, and this was a good way to do it, okay? With the money I've saved so far, I've reinvested and I've installed a produce department in my store, which I never had before. We're saving money and helping the environment to boot. I am very happy with what Con Edison did. They did a wonderful job. They put everything in right, they installed everything correctly, and I am saving money. Now that we're more efficient than we were before, we've got one less thing to worry about, and we can get back to cooking and eating.
Con Edison is giving you the information you need to make smarter energy choices for your home. We're matching you with personalized energy resources that give you more choice and control. You'll have access to a powerful marketplace to help you find energy-efficient appliances. Compare products by price and energy score, see rebate amounts, and customized energy savings. Every step of the way, online tools make it easy to understand how your home consumes energy and how to use less of it. With the help of Con Edison, New Yorkers are getting the tools they need for a clean, innovative energy future. To learn more, visit marketplace.coned.com.
When a weather emergency strikes New York City, Con Edison moves into action to keep you safe and your energy reliable. Joining us to tell us more is Carlos Torres, Vice President of Emergency Management. Carlos, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So, the first thing I got to ask is an emergency. An emergency can be defined, with a weather phenomenon or some other situation in the city. Tell us how Con Edison responds and works with these emergencies.
So, in the business that we are in, emergencies happen all the time. We have folks that are trained and qualified to go out and respond to emergency. We also have plans that we've put in place to respond to such emergencies. The way we figure out what plans to put in place is all around the risks that we deal with.
And the way you plan is we actually create scenarios, correct? And we try to react to these scenarios. Can you tell me about that?
We want to exercise the plan. So we've developed these scenarios which can be based on real events, can be based on situations that we believe may occur. So what we want to do is practice. So we let people practice the plans, but we also test the plans to make sure they're efficient.
Now, one of the things that I'd like to talk about is how we were recently in Virginia helping with Hurricane Matthew restoration. And I understand that I think at its peak, they had about maybe 400,000 outages. Right. How did we help those residents of Virginia?
So what we do is we send our overhead restoration crews, but we send them as a team. So we have the overhead line personnel, we would have supervision, we'll have safety, we'll have mechanics because they're very familiar with our vehicles, so they can tend to our vehicles. And we have a whole team to support. So we actually had an emergency management representative there to support on the whole management of the event. We work with the crew guide because they're familiar with the surroundings and with their protocols, and we restore customers. Usually it's a whole 16-hour day by the time it's all said and done. So the guys did a great job down there.
Carlos, we have a story to share with our viewers from when you sent crews to Virginia. Let's watch.
And I thought, these guys, I had a feeling by the color of the trucks, they were from out of state. And I know part of Virginia went to Florida and Georgia. So I had to stop and say thank you. I mean, they come all the way, leave their families, come all the way to come down here. Help us out. They deserve a big thank you.
Basically, all the utilities, we have an agreement. We help out each other in times of need. You saw that with Katrina. You saw that up north by us, our utility, when we got hit with Sandy and Hurricane Irene. We had a lot of mutual aid, so it's important we help each other out.
Well, the initial damage, of course, we had flooding, high winds, had some tornadoes involved with it. A lot of structural damage, a lot of wire down, a lot of poles broke. And at the peak, we lost 330,000 customers, maybe a little more.
God bless all of y'all.
We think you guys are the best. We appreciate y'all coming down and jumping right in and taking care of business. This is my father-in-law's house, and he was without power since the storm hit. And y'all were able to get him back up late last night. And I know he's real appreciative of that.
Very grateful.
This particular transformer was taken out by lightning that was involved with the hurricane when it came through. You know, along with the high winds and the lightning and the flooding.
The folks down here in Virginia, they're actually very happy to see us. They've been out, this actual location has been out since last Thursday. They see us, they know we're working with Dominion people. Mutual aid's always great. We couldn't make it without mutual aid, just as well as we're like a band of brothers.
Y'all welcome down here in Virginia anytime. Come on down, we'll make room for you. We appreciate your help.
God bless you.
What are some final words that you can share with our customers?
Our energy systems are reliable. They continue to be reliable, and we continue to look at ways that make it more reliable. And through innovation that we've had through our R&D efforts, we really, I think we're always up to the challenge.
Well, thank you very much for your time. And for more information, folks, you could always get on to coned.com. Carlos, thank you very much.
You got it.
Many of us remember the images from the Miracle on the Hudson. That's when a U.S. Airways flight made an emergency landing on the Hudson River. Tom Hanks recently starred in a movie about the incident. Well, now we're hearing from the two men who captured the event on video, and they happen to work for Con Edison. Here's their story.
Going down in the water.
1 Sierra Alpha, let me know if you can still see the aircraft if it's still floating.
That happened at approximately 3:25 in the afternoon that day, and I'll actually never ever forget that time.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I just saw the wake behind it and still moving down the river.
I said, "Hey Tom, you won't believe what I have on camera. Go to the 59th Street steam station camera and take a look at this. You won't believe it."
At that point, I assumed control of the camera and followed the plane as it was slowly drifting downstream. And I used the mouse to physically move the camera. We got to make sure we catch all this on video.
The doors began to open on the wings. You can see the people moving out from the fuselage onto the wings themselves. And all I kept saying to myself, please stay on the wings, please stay on the wings. I actually pulled up the video on the main screen at the SOC as well, the Security Operations Center, so that the operators could also see what I was viewing on my desktop as well.
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
What? I will definitely see the movie. I'm interested to see exactly the footage.
I just was doing my job. Did what I needed and what I thought was the right action to take.
According to the most current U.S. Census, the senior citizen population is one of the fastest growing demographics. Con Edison has a department called Senior Direct. Their goal is to help senior customers with their energy needs and questions. Here's our report. Meet Dr. Kathleen Joyce Prestwidge. She has her opinions on being a senior citizen.
For me, it's meaning a life change in behavior and freedom, etc.
Dr. Prestwidge has authored books of poetry and science-related bibliographies. She admits her eyesight isn't what it used to be.
I've had to take my computer and have it magnified. 6s, 3s, The 6 and 8s are difficult sometimes to tell apart.
Dr. Presswidge is part of one of the fastest growing populations, senior citizens, a demographic Con Edison has devoted an entire department.
I like that I'm able to help my customers. Feel the fulfillment and the satisfaction at the end of the day that I'm able to listen to their needs and address their needs with patience.
Because sometimes the calls are resolved within the first 5 minutes, but they still need that extra time and they just need someone to talk to, and we do that. And it feels good.
Both Evelyn Escobar and Diana Acevedo say they love working in the Con Edison Senior Direct team. They both say the best thing about their job is time.
You know, we live in New York City and everybody wants to do everything in 2 minutes. With the senior customers, that's not really how they work. They want you to take that time, and they need it most of the time. So that's what we do. We don't, there's no rush, you know, we're there just for them, and we only take the senior calls.
Many of the customers actually want us to do our job quickly. They want to get off the phone. I just want to pay my bill, some of them says. Versus a senior citizen that will say, can you please help me? I'm sorry, I'm having trouble finding or understanding my card number.
Everything has become, what shall I say, indifferent to a person and to personalities. Things are becoming more robotized. And older people need that humanity. They're used to it.
The Senior Direct line gets about 1,200 calls every month. Evelyn says she tries to treat everyone like family.
I take my time. I remember my mom. I think of my mom when she's calling a different agency. I would hope that they have the patience. I would hope that they have the leniency.
It actually does make us feel good. I mean, the customer service representatives talk about it with, you know, amongst themselves and with me. And sometimes they say how they know that person just wanted to speak to someone and they wanted to vent even about other things. And you allow them to. It's fine. That's what we're here for.
And I would hope that every senior would advise their friends that are also senior citizens or their disabled friends with our number so we can address their needs.
Dr. Presswidge says she's going to tell all of her friends about the Con Edison Senior Direct program and applauds the energy company for listening.
It'll make life easier. Less anxious and less concerned about using it and what's coming, what will be forthcoming in the bills and so forth. And the fact that if I have a problem, I know where to call and to get the kind of help I need.
Along with Senior Direct, Con Edison also has a program to help customers on life-sustaining equipment. For more information on both, you can log on to coned.com. Rent in this town can be a deal breaker. Whether it's an apartment, a business, or even a place to express your art, rent can be very pricey. That's why there's a program to help composers create music by providing a physical space where musicians can work rent-free. Watch this report on the ETM Con Edison Composers Residency Program.
I think that there's been a lot of culture that's been lost over time or forgotten.
I think my favorite part is that you get to imagine sounds and write them down in paper.
In my case, I have to have a feeling of the piece I want to compose. Just something inside of me, it's a texture which I understand.
I like to compose because this is my language, how I express myself, and I can communicate with the world through my music.
Composing inspires me because I get to create something completely new. I'm particularly inspired by pulling from elements from the past.
Exploring the Metropolis is an arts nonprofit, and we examine the intersection of the performing arts and real estate in New York City. We look for solutions for the artists.
And so they place all the composers in a music school, and then we get to basically have a room with the stuff we need to write, to work.
When you get to see a community's culture, when you get to see its arts programming, when you get to enjoy the creativity of its artist, you're really, we feel, seeing humanity at its best.
Con Edison came on board as a funder for this program at the very beginning, so that we've been able to grow the program into other facilities.
I think that there's a lot of need for individual artist support so you could create and contribute to the broader cultural community in New York.
I think the ability to integrate the community with the artists, these music schools are doing it, and I would love to see more of this collaboration happen.
That was awesome. For more information on the Composers Program, you can go to exploringthemetropolis.org. For one Bronx family, a desperate search for their missing dog seemed almost hopeless. That is until Con Edison personnel made an unusual discovery. Here's the story of Theo the Chihuahua. Come here, come here, come here. Meet Theo the Chihuahua. He wandered away from his home and was missing for 3 days, until workers from the Con Edison Van Ness facility found him.
The dog is fit, it's full, it's not scary looking. So it belongs to someone. Someone is looking for their dog. So we had one or two options. We were either gonna start making our own flyers and paste them around the neighborhood, or we were just gonna go out and just start really talking to people.
Before Nicole had a chance to post the flyers, her colleagues noticed another flyer with Theo's photo. And after a quick phone call, Theo was reunited with his family.
Okay, we are very grateful with all of you, and God bless you, and thank you very much, because he is a very important part of our family. Thank you very much.
Well, that's our show, and thank you for joining us. For more information on any of the stories you just saw, you can log on to coned.com or reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Sidney Alvarez. Thank you for watching.